First, the written form is the most respected form when it's written in a reasonable way. So first they took away the hieroglyphics, saying it's too simplistic, it's too concrete, and it's not developed enough, and they developed their own language forms. Second, they took away oral tradition, everything that has to do with appreciating the beauty of life itself as it is and as it was meant to live to be. They strip it out of its meaning by putting their own meaning. So they're looking for happiness man-made, not happiness universal as is universally intended, as it's energetically as it is spiritually intended. When they say the black man time, the African time, when I was in Africa, that was, you see African people and a little bit in African descent in America, in the diaspora, look at how they walk. You seen the African American walk? Like, it's like the break and like the dance and like this, and they take their time. The same in Africa, the same thing, because we do not have the notion of time in Africa. If you really strip the whole Western notion that is invading Africa, and you look at African pure, there's no notion of time. You live like you will never die. There's no notion of past, present, or future. No notion I'm late, I'm running late, anything. No. You take your time for everything you do. Still real in African today. Compare that with what is happening in America or Asia today, where people are slaves all the time. Therefore be so unhappy because they can't even have the time to sit with people and listen to them and have time and enjoy life and just be there. No, phone, cell phone, another crazy stuff must be there, and running always after time where people say, can we meet and tell? No, my schedule, no, I really don't have time. No, I can, no. Brain is always scattered and always running towards something that they will never arrive at. How would that not bring unhappiness and suffering because of that deep disconnection with spirituality, wanting to control everything? All objectives are not technological scientific. There must be other times. Linear time fails spiritually. It pushes us constantly towards anxiety and fear, because you're always anxious as what is next, what is tomorrow. You don't even have to. That's why even the East try to understand that, but African already understood a long time. But even the East, when you see the Westerners are very in love with the Eastern religions, because the East understand that, and then they encourage you to do meditation, because then that gives you grounding to be in the moment and experience time as it is, not to take control of anything. When you do meditation, they say don't control anything, let your mind wander around and just be there and experience that. Eastern people understood that, but that's just a revised minor version of what African people understand, because for African people it's not even about just meditate and do that. It's part of their life. They do not try to meditate so they can experience that. They live it. They are living symbol of it. Do you see the difference there? Yeah, because when you want to control, like, linear time fails spiritually. It pushes us constantly towards anxiety and fear. The European is always asking himself or herself, even while she's resting, where am I going? What will become of me? Linear time is one-dimensional because it has neither depth or breadth, only the illusion of length. So you can see there. So there's so much here, but we don't have time to go over all of that. But you can understand that, and that actually, helps you to redefine your place in this world and your priorities. Because if your life will be defined in terms of small sections of time and what you're supposed to have achieved during that time, and then worrying about what is tomorrow, you're not actually living. You're not actually living. So things like age or gender or societal requirements and all of that, if you put all of them into context and give them a spiritual understanding, then you will see that you will not be controlled by that anymore. You see that it will have another meaning for you. Hence, you not being so worried about what is next and be happy. And you can see African, even in the abject misery, they're always laughing, smiling, and happy and running around like nothing. And other people worries for them. So I'm not saying good stuff is not okay, but it's in what context. When those good stuff and technology and everything become the end it all, then we're losing something that we actually meant to be. And that's where the danger is.